Okay, hello everybody. So I'm just making a quick live commentary video here, talking about something I noticed when it comes to the mystery genre, which I found kind of interesting, and I just want to talk about. Hopefully, my mouse clicking isn't too much. Hopefully, that doesn't get in the way, but we'll see. Anyways, so what I want to talk about is I've noticed a difference in the mystery genre between what I guess you could call mystery based on observation and mystery based on circumstances. So circumstantial and observational mystery, I guess you could call it, if you wanted to put some fine labels on it. What I basically mean by it, right, is that when people normally think of, should I take this dog? Nah, dog's trash. When people normally think of mystery, right, they think of, or if they maybe even read mystery before, a lot of people would think of it as a mystery where you yourself sure have to solve the kind of mystery that's been set up, but in which the mystery isn't built around, what could you say? Mystery is built around things that happen, or no, sorry, it's built around objects. It's actually not built around things that happen, but instead around kind of building. You know, the goal of solving the mystery is building the scenario in your head of what's going on. I hate horse. God damn. Okay, go with this. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Let's... I don't know what to do here. I like ox, but bison is just wrong, right? Maybe if I think... No, I'll just do this. Screw ox. Fine, okay. Whatever, screw ox. Yeah. Sure. I don't know. Anyways, so... There's this difference between when they observe or if someone dies in a mystery, right, in a murder mystery I'm talking about here, and characters have to go and observe the death, they would or people would kind of expect it to be a scenario of, oh, on this table there is, for example, a oh right ahead. Let's go. It's Hippo's insane. They would think, okay, so on this table there, for example, is a cup with some half-drunken tea or whatever drunken. I don't know if that's the correct word, but half-drunk tea. And from that, you would think, okay, so the person sitting there, the person who died, fell off this table while drinking the tea. Oh, the tea must have been poisoned or something along those lines, right? It's not built on, okay, what happened before, or kind of the murder happened, or what led up to it. Instead, it's a case of, what could you say? Instead, it's a case of, okay, here are the different circumstances or things around the death. You now have to solve the mystery, put all those things together into one and try to solve it, you could say. And while that sounds right, that's what a mystery is, right? I wouldn't say that that's what all of mystery is. I think there's a difference, because there's also something, I guess, that I would call observational. Get fucked. Or sorry, not observational. I can't remember what they call them. Anyways, basically where they look, or you look at the. I'm gonna get this in. Scorpions. No. Yeah. where instead it's a situation where you have to find out, okay, there's a murder, which people could absolutely not, in any circumstances, have committed this murder, right? And that's the how you solve it. Oh, great, my internet. That's fun. Anyways, I'm just gonna check. I am still recording. My internet just died. That's great. Okay, we're back. There we go. What was I saying? So yeah, so the solution to, the solution, I guess, to this kind of mystery or murder mystery is to find, okay, which people could not have done it and which people could have done it. And more importantly, what information do I trust and what information don't I trust? God, holy, those meat bones really did some work there. Wow. And the way in which you solve that, well, let me give you an example of, and because this is the kind of mystery that I am a fan of, or the kind of murder mystery that I personally am a big fan of. And it's in the form of, I got quite lucky there. Ooh, this is insane. I'm cracked. Holy shit. I'll do this. I'm gonna give an example here. Oh, good thing I didn't put that in front. I'm getting so distracted. So to give an example, that could be something like in uuuuuuuuuuuuuhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhhh which I'm going to okay, this is interesting. I wonder what I want to do here. Do I want to? I think I'm just gonna do this. Maybe this actually. No, oh no, because that's. I guess just that then. Yeah. Anyways, so the example is here. Okay, so in Umeko, right? God damn it. They have these. We have this family, which are stranded on an, I would say, abandoned island. It's not just a closed-off island with a typhoon kind of, closing them in on this island. And the big thing about this is that, okay, so a murder has already happened. So they've, what they've done is they've split up into. I think I'm gonna give, like short and paint this. So what they've done is they've split on into two different groups. The servants, is a very rich family, by the way. It's like a big family gathering of rich people. The servants have gathered in one or in the kitchen, while one room in the kitchen, while the main family, has moved into a different area. I can't remember what it is called, the kind of tea room where they sit and relax and whatever. The parlor, I think it's called. Anyways, so they sit there in the parlor, but then, of course, since they're like kind of traumatized, and since, the people, their family has just, died, and that's not very fun. So what they're doing is they're trying to cope with it, basically. And it's sitting in that closed up room. They start thinking, okay, this is a bit much, right? Sitting in this room, locking ourselves in. I know there's a murder on this island, but we need to do something about it. So what happens is that two people who can't handle it, two people of the main family, they move away from the parlor up into their own room. They then more internet problems. That's great. There we go. I'll do this. This is a weird ass team, but I'm going with it. I should have used camp food before. Whatever, I'm gonna do it now. So when lunch breaks come, so this is what you're being shown basically in the visual novel. You're being shown when lunch breaks, or actually I think it's dinner, rolls around. Do I want a worm? I like worm, but no. When dinner rolls around, the servants go up to the go up to the two that are of the family that have gone into a room by themselves, and they say, hey, there's dinner. They knock on the door, and there's no response. Obviously, they're dead inside. The thing to notice is that there's a keychain. So what you're being shown is that, oh no, there's this, sorry, is it called a keychain? There's this chain locking the door, basically. I don't think you'd call that a keychain, but whatever. There's this chain that's locking the door. Basically, what it's doing is that it's, saying, okay, no one could have interfered with this room from the outside, and yet the family members are dead inside by getting like stabbed with some occult things. So basically, that means that how could they have done? God damn it! One really? Okay. How could they have? How could they have died when? What's it called? When they're in a, I don't know, in a situation where this chain on the door can kind of keeps people out. Well, originally you would think, hey, well, they could just say, they could just, if it's one of the family that's the murderers, right? They could just say, hey, or just, I don't know, say something to basically get in the room. Oh God, this is gonna be, easy, no sweat, zero sweat. Okay. I think I want to do this by now. So, but when you think about it, that can't be the case. Why can't that be the case? Well, because if that was the case, then it wouldn't make any sense that that the perpetrator or the murderer went in the room, killed them, and then went out, but the chain is still locked. So, so that doesn't really make any sense. What happens is that the servants then go and cut the chain, or we see the servants cut the chain. Oh God. Okay. We see the servants cut the chain, and I think I'll roll here. Take this, take that. I don't want those cats for some reason. So they cut the chain. See, wow, they're actually dead inside. What a surprise, right? Oh, nothing died. Oh, I'm cracked. Holy shit, I'm actually cracked. Easy. And so they go down to the family and report to the family, hey, some of your family has just died in this room. They go up, think, how the hell could this have happened? This makes no sense. How could they have, how could the perpetrator have left the room and then still locked the door? Well, and here's the big spoilers to how you solve this. The way you solve it is by realizing. Oh, okay, so that was maybe a bit stupid. Having the rooster here. What's it called? The melon on the rooster. Maybe just slightly idiotic. Oh well. Well, I mean, it does make it not take damage, I guess. But yeah, sure. I'll do this. Kind of keeps it from taking damage. Could do this. That ain't worth it. No, I'm just gonna do this. So they think, okay, how could you do it? Well, the answer is, and this is this is kind of simplified, right? Since this is, I'm kind of telling the simplified version of the events here. What really happened is that, okay, what you had, there's two things you have to notice. First, the detective, right? The detective, he, actually I'm gonna do this, right? That makes way more sense. And that, and hope for chocolate, I guess. There's a detective in the story, which is the main character. You know who the main character is. Now, this is very important to notice that there's a detective in the story. Oh right, I have to move farther back actually. Oh, God God damn it. 1. And the thing is, you have to notice that there's a unreliable narrator in this story, because if you don't realize that, then you end up in a situation where you start thinking, okay, so if these exact things happened, then there's no way they could have locked the door. There's no way the perpetrator could have put the keychain on. That's not possible. But it's still got the chain on. That's not possible. I wonder if I survived this. I might because of the summons here, but shit. God damn it. Here's a fun team though. Okay, so but you have to realize that if there's not if you can't trust the narrator in the story, it becomes much easier to solve. And if you notice that the only one you can trust is the detective, who is in the family, by the way, who's in the parlor. That's annoying. Then it becomes much easier to solve. How does it do that? Well, when you notice that, okay, so what really happened is that, or what we can actually trust with our own eyes, is that the detective, or the main character, who's the only eyes we can trust, right? What he experienced is that he saw some of his family go away. He was with his family, so he knows that none of his family could have done the murder, because when the murder took place, he was with all his family, but not the servants. And then he came up, or then the servants actually told him, "Hey, your family has died. We cut the chain and noticed it." The detective should then notice, "Hey, okay, how can I know that you didn't just cut the chain to go in there and kill them, and then tell me, well, we cut the chain to find them dead?" Right? If you understand, it's kind of it's such a simple mystery, but it makes so much sense in a way when you realize it, and that's what I love about it, about these kind of mysteries, is that when you realize the small detail of, hey, we can only trust what the main character sees, or what the detective sees, then suddenly it becomes super easy to solve, because, well, the only thing he saw is that none of his family committed the murder, and when he went up there, the people were dead, or his family, the two of members of his family who went away, they were dead, and the chain was cut. That's all he knows. So what he has to do is just to say, hey, wait, this makes no sense. There's no way I can trust this, right? And he can't trust the servants. There's no way that the family could have done it. So the servants must have been the ones to do it. And yes, that's exactly what happens. The servants are the ones to do it. Which I think is such a cool way of solving it. By realizing that, you realize, okay, ooh, I could do rat strats here. Wouldn't that be fun? Like this. And this. Well, actually, that makes no sense. But for now, it's fine. And that. And that. Oof. Okay. So that, and okay, so what I mean by this is that, or what I mean by telling this, is that in the future, damn it, in the future, when I make any mysteries, that is how the mysteries are going to be, basically. They're going to be mysteries that are solved by realizing, basically, something. In this case, they are solved by realizing that, hey, we can only trust the main character, but more so also that, hey, we are noticing. Sorry, it's also more so just noticing that. Oh right, I didn't think about that. Damn it. This is a very fun team. I guess this. Yeah. Because I want some stats on the elephant. There, basically, the mysteries that I'm going to be kind of promoting or telling are going to be ones where you have to see, okay, what interpretations here can I trust and which can't I? Because by finding this, it's basically the big solutions. It's the way to solve them. It's by finding, okay, what can I trust and what can't I? Which people, or more importantly, around the around the narrative, there is around the murder. Sorry, there is a certain narrative that happens. Your goal is to find out what are the problems with this narrative. The goal is not to say something like, okay, so because it's not to say, okay, so because these, I guess it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. This team is to say, okay, because these things kind of happened, this is the this is the solution. This is how it ended up. Because we can trust these things, we know that these things happened. The solutions could have been this, and that's also important. It doesn't matter whether the solutions. Oh my god, really? It doesn't matter whether the solutions that you give, or the ones that I have in mind. That doesn't matter at all. The only thing that's important is that there is a solution, or that the solution matches what we know. Because I think that's much more fun than saying, if you, for example, have played the case of the Golden Idol, you'll see. Oh, God damn it! I feel like this was an okay game. 10/10? Ah, maybe not. No, it's actually trash. Oh well. You'll notice that if you played any games similar to the case of the Golden Idol, or a game, or you could just search it up basically, you'll notice that what it focuses in on is not the circumstances around, or not, okay, you just have to find a solution to this. Instead, it's, okay, you just have to, the goal is not to just find a solution, how could this have happened, but instead say, okay, these events happened in this specific order. And I think that makes it so not as fun, so much less fun, I guess it's called. Yeah, so it makes it so much less fun when you have to find a specific answer, and there's a, you guess this correct and no, this isn't correct kind of thing, instead of a, okay, you found a possible solution, congratulations, that is correct, or that is that is as correct as the solution that I intended. And I think that's much more fun to do, because that allows you to play around with the scenarios that you're given, and find solutions that are way more out there, and way more fun than just seeing, okay, so this happened because of this, and this happened because of this, and it happened in this order, even though you can't really prove it, but it just kind of seems like the most likely thing, because it's, this person did something bad to this person, so they were mad, so they probably committed the murder on the person, or something like that. Instead of saying, okay, how could this possibly have happened? How could a human possibly have committed this murder? That's a much more fun way to look at it, in my opinion. And I think that's the two different ways that you can look at it. Looking at certain things, or looking at the circumstances around the murder. Anyways, this dragged out. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Like and subscribe, or whatever.